this computer.
Hello, Cynthia Lees. Thank you so much for joining me for a short chat so that I could get to know what you're up to, what's new in your world, what you're into. So,
Hmm.
Cynthia Lees, what's the message you are spreading now?
Oh, the message I'm spreading now is simply one of gratitude, love, and appreciation. It's very simple. Love everyone as hard as you can. But the message that I started spreading was it's simply to learn to live in gratitude and appreciation. If you can find something to be grateful for every moment of every day, and you send off that vibration of gratitude, things change. So that's the message I'm spreading: live in gratitude, love, and appreciation. Thank you for
So
asking.
beautiful, so beautiful, and appreciation. And how are you spreading that beautiful message of yours?
Okay, now that's the part that's changed. Um, it began anemically. At first, I was just spreading gratitude, and that's pretty strong. And I was doing it with coloring books that had coloring on one side of the page and then a gratitude reflection on the other. And the instructions are color and think about everything that you're grateful for today, and then list the three most important things. And then there's a process where you reflect at the end of the week, and then there's a table of contents that you go back and just write the short version of everything so that at the end of the month, you have a roadmap to your gratitude growth that you can just see easily on this table of contents feature. And I thought that was amazing, but that was a year ago. And now I think that that is freaking anemic because that was in May. And then in January of 2024, I met somebody who taught me about appreciation energy. I was on a cruise in the Caribbean and I was spreading the light and teachings of Sukya Mahakati, offering light. Let me offer you 10 minutes of light. If you'll just sit there with your eyes closed, let me offer you light. If you'll do that for me, let me give you your choice of coloring books with a gratitude message. So these days I envision myself as I had a caricature made up for me of a sunshine dandelion goddess, spreading these seeds of gratitude and appreciation on these little parachutes. And just I'm just planting them. So she brought to me, she said, "Oh, gratitude? I'm in the business of gratitude." Business of gratitude? What's that? I mean, I'm just freaking grateful and I'm teaching other people to be grateful. But business of gratitude. And so what I met were these cards. And I think you might have received one.
Oh, they're
And
beautiful. They're so beautiful. Oh, if I had time, I would do it. But I mean, if I prioritize my time better, I would do it. Oops.
and
But anyway, they are stunning. The words are beautiful from your heart. They're pretty. It's just a beautiful cards.
so
Thank
they
you.
they put what I was doing on freaking steroids because instead of just saying, "Here, take this, go home and color," you're getting a message in your mailbox that says, "Hey, I see you, Dora. I love you. I appreciate you for what you brought to my life." And you get it, you can hold it in your hand. And the power of that is so much stronger. And I'm at the point where I've got a subscription where I send up to 5 of those a day. And the thing is, they are amazingly strong. Um, I'll talk about how they work later, but you had
You,
asked how I hold on, let me back up. You'd asked how I'm spreading these how I'm spreading this message. And the other thing that's beginning to ferment in the background, and I just want to mention, is fundraising with those gratitude coloring books. And I met with somebody before I met with you, just and help
Wow.
me start to put that together because I want to help nonprofits because I don't want to deal with taxes. So if you've got a nonprofit and then want to buy a bundle of coloring books to, it's a twofer. Buy, okay, if you sell cookie dough, what do? You get fundraising and you get fat people or whatever. I mean, what's the benefit of the cookie dough? You get happy people because they got to eat cookies. But you spread gratitude coloring books that teach, they instill a practice of being grateful. You get loving people in your community to whom you've already raised funds from them, and now they're more loving and they want to support you more. So that's my next vision for that. So I went from the anemic, I just have coloring books, to there's power in these cards and there's a better way to spread the coloring books so that more people can get them.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
dandelion.
I love that idea of the dandelion.
It fits.
You talked I was hooked on the word appreciative before. So
Hmm.
you explain that
Okay.
appreciation
So
energy.
this is something I learned from your course. Okay. So the coloring books, those work on the law of attraction. And I was working on a course to teach people to use the law of attraction in their life. And I abandoned those plans when I met the cards because their course is so much better. And I mean, I may have something to do in the future with the course, but right now, it's like, no, these cards are powerful because you taught us that, okay, gratitude coloring books work on the law of attraction, and the law of attraction is secondary to the law of balance. And energy, the appreciation energy works on the law of balance. It's stronger, it's got a tenfold freaking return, and I feel it. I walk better, I walk away from my rollator walker. It's,
Wow.
yeah. Um, with each iteration of awakening in my life, by adding the light of Sukha I got manifestations. By adding other things, the gratitude added things. But with the cards, okay, so the appreciation energy, you got a card. It starts from the moment I think of you.
Hmm.
Dora Golden One. Okay, I need to send her a card. That's a prompting from somewhere. Maybe you're the first person I thought of in the morning. Maybe I saw a Facebook post. Maybe you messaged me. I don't know. Or perhaps because we met today. Who knows what you'll get in about a week. Um, I get this prompting and I start thinking about the person, and that energy is rising and it's deepening in my heart as I'm thinking about you. And then I get around to writing the card and it's a step deeper. And I send the card and it's off and it's running. And you know what? It doesn't seem to matter whether or not you receive the card. I'm still working on getting the cards received in Bangladesh and Nigeria, but I've gotten them to Uganda. I've gotten them to Malaysia. Yeah, I mean, they're going everywhere and they are arriving and changing people. It's like, oh, it always arrives when it's needed. People who get the card and it goes into a stack of mail for 4 weeks or a month, they open it on the freaking day they need that message. It's divine. I don't know why I thought of you, but I thought of you. And the day you open it is the day you need the message that's inside. It's such
Yeah.
a beautiful process. I
And
love it.
that happened to me actually, personally, because I live in a small town and the post office box is in the middle of the town, and I don't go there every day. And voila, I get your card, and it was just beautiful at the perfect timing. So I do appreciate, I understand your appreciation energy more. I appreciate your cards.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, what a trajectory, eh? Where you're really moving, and a lot of things are blossoming for you now.
Yeah, and I'm working on the infrastructure for them. As we said, some of these are ideas in creation. I don't yet have landing pages and websites or a lot of them.
Well, don't really need them, eh?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they are going on these gossamer dandelion parachutes.
So, how can other people access these
Yes,
beautiful?
okay. So that's where the problem comes. So for retail sales for coloring books, Willow Sage is a pen name on Amazon. So going to her Amazon Author Central, you go to Amazon Books and you look up Willow, like the tree, Sage, like the herb, and you might say gratitude coloring books if you need to. She has two out today, May 4th. Hopefully, by the end of the month of May 2023, she will have three. The first one is Cultivating
The end of
Gratitude.
2024. I'm
Oh,
interrupting
thank
you.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bring me into the present. Woo. Okay, so in May 2023, Cultivating Gratitude, my personal mindful coloring book and journal with garden images came out, and that was by Willow Sage. And that was a prototype. I put it together. I think it's a little iffy, although I have a lot of people who like it. So, okay. Um, I found a graphic designer in Portugal. She is a gem. And
Wow.
we came up with cultivating gratitude. And I said, I want garden images. No, no. We came up with soaring gratitude and wind images. And this percolated for a while. And I may have used AI to get a number of title ideas. And I think we may have picked from that. Oh, yes, let's do wind images. But then she didn't know to use AI. So it languished for a few months as she's going to coffee shops and saying to people, gee, what do you think I could use for a wind image? And I mean, it was the old fashioned way and it was beautiful. But she did more than I did. So there's like an image that has umbrellas sailing on the wind. And then on the facing page where there's a journal, there's a sailing umbrella down in the corner. And I mean, and so now, beginning of May, we are in the final stages of, okay, the second one was Soaring Gratitude, my personal mindful coloring book and a journal with wind images. And now we're doing Zen Gratitude, my personal mindful coloring book and journal with Japan images. Because there we go, Sukyo Mahikari, the spiritual practice that I follow, when we were developing Soaring Gratitude and I was starting to color those images, because in the process of creating a coloring book, I have to test drive the images and see how they work.
Yes, of
And
course.
and this is time consuming, but I would find that I'm in a daily prayer group where we read the teachings of the spiritual practice, and I would be reading scriptures that aligned with the freaking image that I was coloring. And I'm like, ooh, and that's where the Zen gratitude came in, because she was already using like Japanese style of drawing. And so she had red crested cranes and lanterns that were things that lined up. And so we just went with that more. And you've got cherry blossoms and hand fans and the moon over the mountains. And I'm just so thrilled about it and excited about it, because they're fun to color, and because I went back to AI for something else and it didn't wait till I finished my prompt. I was asking, are you ready? And it gave me an answer. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I didn't give you the instruction yet. But the answer was Radiating Gratitude, my personal mindful coloring book and journal with sunshine images. And so we were talking the other day, this may be book 5 or 10 down the road. I mean, but sunshine and moon, because I love them both. And the draw of those celestial images, and they're
Yeah.
fun to color.
So you have so they're coming up 2024 shortly.
Sure.
When
Okay. Two of them are out currently, and the Zen Gratitude is coming soon. They can be found for retail on Amazon.com under the pen name Willow Sage. So look for her work. If people want a card from me, like Dora got, at this point, it's personal message me on Facebook, and my Facebook profile is Cynthia Lees, and the after the what do you call it backslash, it's Cynthia Lees again. I don't know what the root is, but Facebook, whatever. Um, and that shows me if it looks like me and you've typed in Cynthia Lees, yeah. Um, I'm trying to overcome the Cynthia Winfield profile, which is still out there because I couldn't figure out how to change my name on it. And yes, please follow me as Cynthia Lees. And so send me a personal message and say I'd like a card. In which case I'm gonna get back to you and I'm gonna ask you for your mailing address, your exact postal address with your zip code. And if you're in another country, it'll all work, but I need the complete. This is not an email. I ask people, I send people images in text. Yeah, have your snail mail address, and it's got the little snail icon on an envelope with a heart on it. And they send me back an email. And I'm like, snails can't go through email.
That's an old thing, eh? That's to say snail mail. Now they don't even think that exists anymore.
Well, see, that's the power of it because when the card lands there, all they're
Yeah,
used to getting is junk and bills. What do
yeah,
you get? What do you look for in your mailbox anymore? Something I got to deal with, or something I got to burn or throw away or
right, right.
recycle? That's it. And when you
Yeah,
get a personal message that's reaching out,
beautiful.
I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you for meeting with me. You're my friend. I just thought of you. Um, any number of reasons to reach out. The It becomes really special. I mean,
Yep.
people tell me I'm putting it in my special place, or I have it displayed next to my computer or on my refrigerator or someplace where they can see it because it does something.
Yeah. And it's rare now. So it really pops out, that wow. And it's an appreciation card.
Yes.
So it's such a surprise and such a smile to your day. I highly recommend you do that. Dude,
Yeah, and it's, just like with the answers from within, you can find those ways of manifesting. Sending cards of appreciation brings manifestation too.
yes, I am sure. There's so many ways to
And the
raise your
piece
vibration.
I did mention this piece about I would like to do fundraisers for nonprofits. And yeah, that is like under construction. Um, you can personal message me and say I've got a nonprofit, and I want to do this. That may get me moving faster. I did meet with somebody earlier today. Yeah, and we're starting to get in process.
Wow. So beautiful. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Is there a last thing that you would like to say that you to tell other
I
people?
am I'm grateful for you, and if you are listening, I hope that you are expressing your gratitude and appreciation for all of those amazing blessings that are showing up in your life, and realizing that when you're beginning to think about something and suddenly it's showing up. It's not just AI tracking you because you thought of this and suddenly, yeah, you've got the ads for it. No, this is the answers for it too. It's because you're in tune and it works.
Yes.
Listen,
So
the universe is always talking to you.
yes, I totally agree. Thank you so much for this time together, Cynthia. And please, everybody who's listening, do DM her, ask for the card. It's really just a transformational card. It will change your day when you get it. And for a few days, be or forever, wherever you put it. It's a beautiful card and much gratitude. And I have so much gratitude for you for this time to talk with you and to get to know where you are at and what's coming up in your life. It's always a blessing to talk with you, Cynthia.
Thank you so much. And I've noticed that we've done this a couple of times now, and I was appreciating as I was getting ready for this that we're both growing and transforming and changing. And so I invited you. I'd love to do this every, month or two just to see,
Yes.
because it's amazing how the universe is helping us to manifest into people of service that can share these messages. So thank you.
Thank you. Yes, we'll definitely have to do that. Many blessings.
Many
Thank you so
blessings. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording and say goodbye.
Bye bye.